there's any more logistical questions that we can answer now.
Yes, if you have any logistical questions, please come to us now. If not, we will begin.
Right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Yasmina. I use they, them pronouns, and I work with Amor as the case manager.
Woo. And my name is Aurelie. I use she, her pronouns, and I organize with Amor. And so, as mentioned, right, we are here today in honor of Hugh Loy, or we're gonna be referring to him as Sing Sang, who was detained at the Wyatt Detention Facility for ICE for over a year, and passed away in 2008 due to medical neglect. Although we did not know Sing Sang, we want to honor his life as we continue to fight for the Wyatt to be shut down permanently.
Sing Sang came to New York from Hong Kong with his parents and younger sister in 1992 at the age of 17. He grew up to become a computer engineer with a job in the Empire State Building. He had a wife and 2 children that he was raising in Queens, New York.
In 2007, Sing Sang was in the final stages of adjusting his immigration status. He went to his final interview for a green card, but was ultimately detained due to a deportation order that was granted for him in 2001 due to a missed court date. Sing Sang did not mean to miss this court date in 2001. The notice to appear in court was sent to a wrong address. That is how he ended up detained at the Wyatt Detention Center in 2007.
So just want to give you all a heads up, people who are here and people who are at home watching on their computers. What follows is an intense and painful retelling of the medical neglect Sing Sang suffered at the hands of Wyatt and ICE, which ultimately led to his death. Feel free to take a step back or mute the audio if you are watching from home. I'll give y'all a second for that. In 2008, a year after he was first detained, Sing Sang was complaining for months about intense back pain. He was accused of lying and faking his pain, even though by mid-July, he was unable to walk or stand to use the payphone to call his family. Wyatt officers denied him of a wheelchair and ignored his pleas for proper medical attention.
On July 30th, he was dragged out of his bed and carried in shackles into a car, bruising his arms and legs. The guards drove him for 2 hours to a federal lockup in Hartford, Connecticut, where ICE officials pressured him to withdraw all pending appeals of his immigration case and accept deportation. This was torture.
There was never an explanation as to why ICE took Sing Sang to Hartford and back on the same day. Sing Sang's lawyers believed that torturous trip was an effort to prove he was faking his illness and to possibly cancel the petition they had filed in Rhode Island courts the day before, seeking for his release for medical treatment.
On July 31st, a federal judge insisted that he get the care that he needed. On August 1st, he was taken to a hospital where doctors found he had terminal liver cancer that had gone untreated and a broken spine. Sing Sang died 5 days later, between August 5th and 6th, 2008.
So now we're gonna ask people to hold a moment of silence. If you want, we can start handing out candles now. We can light them in honor of Sing Sang.
can you start passing? Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you y'all for holding that space. And please light your candles if you haven't done so already. I think it's important for us to remember Aung San Suu Kyi because obviously we know he didn't die for the cause, like he was not a martyr. But this is like an actual real person, right, that was inside. And we know, right, that his pain and his suffering, like it was at the hands of Wyatt guards, right, who knew he was sick and refused to do anything. And we know that ICE collaborated, right, in torturing him while he was asking for his release. And so this is why we're saying, right, shut down Wyatt. We're not just saying shut down ICE right here. We're saying shut down Wyatt because we know this facility has to close. We are trying to cancel this ICE contract because we know that this facility is economically bankrupt. Like, they're about to close so many times. They got right, and so we're trying to cancel this ICE contract to destabilize them financially. We're not out here just asking ICE to leave. We're asking for this facility to be shut down. For Aung San Suu Kyi and for everyone else that's in there right now that has COVID, and for everyone that's in there right now that just crossed the border and is trying to get asylum here in the US. And so that's why we're here right now. We're asking for the contract to end, and we're asking for the Wyatt to be shut down and become something better for the community of Central Falls. We're gonna talk a little bit more now about the after effects of, Aung San Suu Kyi's death, and also where we're at now. And let's give you a little bit of context as to like what's going down, why we're here now, and then we're gonna get to marching.
Aung San Suu Kyi's death in 2008 inside this facility caused ICE to end its contract with the Wyatt that same year and remove over 150 people from the Wyatt because they knew this facility was dangerous. A few months after Aung San Suu Kyi's death, Daniel Cooney, the then chairman for the Wyatt, publicly told the media he wanted ICE to return people to the Wyatt due to the loss of income. He stated, and I quote, "Frankly, I'm not looking at it, like I'm running, yeah. Frankly, I'm looking at it like I'm running a Motel 6. I don't care if it's Guantanamo Bay. We want to fill the beds." Cooney's words remind us of the private prisons only seek to cause pain for profit. He then responded by saying, "I was simply talking about they have a need for beds. We have a need for population."
Also shut down Guantanamo Bay. The Wyatt is continuing to refuse to attend to people's health needs today and throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. There are COVID cases not receiving medical attention within those walls, and they are still accepting new people to be detained every single day.
On April 4th, 2020, 60 people detained by ICE at the Wyatt launched a hunger strike to demand safer conditions and their release amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The Wyatt staff responded by retaliating against the hunger strikers, cutting off phone access, and placing people in isolation. On April 21st, the first case of COVID-19 in the Wyatt was reported. As of October 28th, 18% of the population held hostage at the Wyatt Detention Center have COVID-19. This is a public health crisis. Warden Daniel Martin did not tell ICE detainees about the COVID outbreak at Wyatt until October 21st, although he knew about it well before that time. Warden Martin had not been tracking COVID-19 cases in Rhode Island and was unaware of the spike in cases. He did not require his guards to wear masks. His lack of leadership has put hundreds of people at risk and further proves the inhumanity of this system and this detention center.
The Wyatt is a still living example and a symbol of this pain, of the pain it causes to our communities and the pain it causes us every single day that it continues to operate. We know that all cages, private or public, are inhumane. We start with the Wyatt, but we continue until all of our people are free.
Shut down Wyatt!
Shut down Wyatt!
Shut